No guilt in life, no fear in death. This is the power of Christ in me. From life's first cry to final breath, Jesus commands my destiny. You could say I grew up in the church. My dad's a pastor, his dad was a pastor, his dad was a pastor, and I knew all the verses, all the songs, all the stories, and, I was just a good church kid. My parents never pressured me at all. In fact, I had a fairy tale for a childhood. When I was 16, my perfect little world fell apart. It was just a normal day. I got in a little disagreement with my mom, was a brat to my little sister, and went off to work. And I came home later that day, and there were police in the driveway and people in suits, and they told me I should wait inside. So I went in the house and waited. They said my dad was coming home. So I went inside and sat with my little brother, and we just waited, didn't know what was going on. There was a note on the refrigerator. My mom wrote, be back soon for supper. And my dad got home, and I could tell something was wrong. He came in and he said, his mom and Joanna were killed in a car accident today. And my world fell apart. Everything I'd known that had been safe and perfect and secure changed. I remember I felt so much pain that I never wanted to feel that hurt again. I kind of just closed my heart off, built a wall, and looked for my own ways of distraction and healing to never hurt like that again. From that time on, for the next 8 years, I lived for myself. I moved out. I started living for a good time. I would drink and party. I ended up in jail a couple times. I did all the things that culture tells you is going to make you happy. Well, the fun ran out, as it's bound to do when you're looking for fulfillment and happiness and having a good time. And all that's left is emptiness, loneliness, no purpose. And that's where I found myself after all the fun I'd try to have. I realized that I had known all about Jesus, but I didn't know him. I was 24 when Jesus saved me. When I encountered him for real, I remember I was in my apartment on the floor in tears, and I couldn't even stand because of the heaviness in my spirit. And I remember I literally crawled to the radio and found the first Christian station that I could. And every song that played was like a love song straight from God that penetrated my heart and my spirit. And I remember the lyrics from one of those songs. It was talking about Jesus, and it said, "And as he stands in victory, since curse has lost its grip on me, for I am his and he is mine, bought with the precious blood of Christ." And I remember hearing those songs and those words play, and I just prayed to God. I said, God, if you're real, all these things I've heard from you all my life growing up, Lord, if you're real, come save me. I don't want to live like this anymore. And at that moment, this incredible, miraculous peace came over me. It's the best way I can think of putting it is like when a child gets wrapped in their parents' arms and they know it's going to be okay. They're secure. Everything's all right. They're protected. And just this peace. Oh, there's nothing like it. I knew all about Jesus before, but now, for real, I knew him. It was a roller coaster from then on. God literally took me on an incredible adventure. I got started doing international missions trips, and I was able to go to 25 countries in 5 years, just living, seeing what God's doing all around the world. And you know what the amazing thing is he let me share my personal story with all its screw-ups and his absolutely amazing grace with kids all around the world. And he used it for his glory and people's good. And that's amazing that God can do that. I met my husband on one of those trips. I remember growing up, my dad always told me, Carly, just keep running the race, pursuing God, doing what he's doing, and after a while, look around you and see who's running with you. And you know, that's exactly what happened. Life is hard, life's painful, the world's full of tragedy and darkness and pain, and it doesn't go away because you're a Christian. But oh, when you know Jesus for real, his grace is with you, he sustains you, he's with you through it, your pain's not wasted, and most importantly, you can help others through what you've been through. And I've been able to experience that firsthand in my life, and I praise God for that every day. My name is Carly Gannon, and this is my story.